What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to From the Top Rope with Andrew Crawford. I'm Andrew Crawford, your boy, the GOAT, not the GOAT, but I look like a GOAT. Close enough, am I right? I think I'm right. And tonight on the channel, I say tonight because it is 2:39 a.m. I'm gonna talk wrestling. Go figure. So Monday night on Raw, Jey Uso came down to the ring and interrupted the ring general, Gunther. I'm not going to try an Austrian accent because I know I will fumble it and I will offend someone, so I'm not even going to try. And Jey basically challenged Gunther to a world title match, saying, "You beat me, yeah, but it was through interference. Now that my family drama behind me, I want a fair shot." So I'm going to look at the reasons Jey Uso actually wouldn't be a bad pick to win, and why he actually maybe should. Let's get into it. The first point I want to hit on is something that goes back to November. After Crown Jewel, Damian Priest won a #1 contendership to face Gunther at Survivor Series. And in the build-up, Damian Priest says something that might as well translate to, "Ever since you've been world champ, the cracks in your armor are starting to show. The weight, the confidence that you had as Intercontinental Champion is wavering. There's just so much going on with that story. It's kind of been forgotten about since the Priest feud, but that you could add on, but there's so much that you could add on with Jey getting the massive win and the massive upset over Gunther. And it could lead to an iconic babyface turn. Yes, Gunther is a phenomenal heel, but he's so popular and he's also very over that he'd make a great face, because then they would want you to cheer him. Like, that is awesome. You know, like, it's one thing for the company to want the fans to hate you, but they don't, and you're getting cheered. It's a completely another thing for the fans to want the company to love you, and the fans actually do. And that is what you could get with a Gunther continuing his thing of his confidence wavering, and then building it back up. That could be his whole babyface run. And I'm going to set a like goal for this video. I never really do that. 20 likes on this video, I will do a fantasy booking how WWE should book a Gunther face turn. Yeah, let's shoot for 20. I think that's reasonable given that I average a good few views. I average like 90. Proud of myself. Progress. But anyways, that's the first point I want to hit on. Like, it builds on the Gunther's confidence issues thing. Even though it has been kind of forgotten about, it would be something that you could continue on giving Jey the win. Because they already kind of built on it with that Survivor Series. If Finn hadn't got involved, Gunther was probably losing. And then the triple threat at Saturday Night's main event, Gunther came out on top by a hair because Finn and Damian had spent most of that match beating the crap out of one another instead of focusing on Gunther. Not all of it, like, there was some damage done to Gunther, but Damian and Finn were so focused on each other, Gunther was not the main focus of their attacks. But that's why Gunther should lose. Why should Jey Uso win? Let's look at how over Jey Uso is. There's not a company, there's not a wrestler in the world as over as Jey Uso, and I'll die on that hill. If you would have watched the Netflix premiere of Monday Night Raw you would have thought that Jey Uso is the biggest megastar in professional wrestling. He got the Travis Scott entrant, he got the pyros, he got a massive win, the crowd was behind him, and the commentators were adding fuel to the fire, helping, talking about how amazing the atmosphere is with Jey Uso. They were doing the yeeting thing with Jey. They were doing so much that if you only ever watched one episode of wrestling and that episode was the Netflix premiere of Raw, you would think Jey Uso was the biggest star in professional wrestling. With the pop he got, with everything that I aforementioned, you would think that. But also, Jey's got the stuff. Jey has what it takes. Hold on, before I get into that, with the talent, talking about how over he is again. With the talent pool in professional wrestling today, being more over than any of them is huge. See, back in the 90s, all you really had to worry about being more over than in the WWE was the other WWE talent. And that still applies because it's the company you work for, but also look at every other wrestler in the world, bro. Jey Uso is more over, if not just as over, as Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Joe Hendry. As much as I hate him, he is super over. He's probably more over than LA Knight. He is having that kind of Jeff Hardy meteoric rise to fame inside of professional wrestling. That's how over I think Jey Uso is. And now, let's look at this. He's got the tools. He's got everything that a main event professional wrestler needs. I'm not saying Gunther doesn't. Gunther definitely does. He can talk, he can go, all that fun stuff. But so can Jey. Jey has the in-ring ability. He's not just super kick, Samoan draw, blah blah. He can go. He can outright go. He proved it in his Intercontinental title feud with Braun Breaker. He's not just a tag team guy. He can talk. He can get the crowd fired up. He can show that raw emotion in promos that make you believe every word he says is coming from his heart, not some script. He has an entrance that you wouldn't believe, that coming from like the concessions and merch stands in like the upper part of the arena, down through the crowd, stopping halfway down and just doing the yeeting, and the entire crowd surrounding him doing it in unison. It is something to behold, and at the Royal Rumble, I cannot wait to get to do that too. I won't even lie. Entrance, moveset, he can talk. He's got a gimmick. It's one word, and let's be honest, it's kind of a dumb word, even though I'm very guilty of using that word a lot. Yeet is so popular. Like, his gimmick is so popular, bro. Like, imagine, like, there are so many wrestlers that have gotten one word over. Stone Cold, what? LA Knight, yeah. Jey Uso, yeet. Jey is so Jey has everything. He's even got the fan support. And honestly, as much as WWE love their Samoans, he's got the look. Rock, Triple H, Hulk, Rock, Roman, two of the biggest stars in pro wrestling history, both Samoan. Add a third, Jey Uso. Let it happen. You know, there's just so much that goes into why I think Jey could win. Like, yes, I am a fan. But I'm a fan of Jey Uso, yes. So me advocating probably shouldn't do much. But at the same time, I'll keep it a buck. If I don't think a wrestler has it, but I'm still a fan, I'll be straight up with you about it. Like, I wasn't a fan of the Greg Collie, and he don't have it. I'll keep it a buck. I'm not a Hogan fan, but he had it. He had the charisma, at least. I still don't like Hulk Hogan. But there's just so much about Jey that you would make you believe he can do this. And, you know, Jey even kind of pointed out, now that my family drama's behind me, because when Gunther did beat him, it was because of Jimmy's interference. Y'all gotta remember that. I want a fair shot. And like I said, you can add to that shaking Gunther's confidence. You can let him get distracted because Drew gets involved and Jimmy runs him off and Gunther's mad. He turns around, spear, and Jey hits those back-to-back Uso splashes, 1, 2, 3. To a shock. Because here's the thing. Yes, I'm advocating for it. I'm going to the mat for it. I'm saying Jey Uso should win. Screw it. Go all in on Jey. Do it. Slam your chips in the middle for Jey Uso. I'm advocating for it. Yes. But, do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. And that is and that's just because I think that WWE is going to do the predictable thing. But another reason I have, and this one just kind of came to me, the last Saturday Night's main event was underwhelming. It felt like a regular episode of TV. There was no major title change. There was nothing to write home about besides Chelsea Green's U.S. title win. My jar just scared the crap out of me. I'm sorry. There was nothing to write home about besides Chelsea Green's U.S. title win. There was 2 good title matches, yes. 3 good title matches, because Chelsea Green's title match was dope too. But nothing happened. Like, nothing of no title changes, no stories really felt like they got continued. And with a Jey Uso win, you get something to write home about. You get something continuing the story of Gunther's confidence wavering. You get so much. I honestly think it would be a missed opportunity to not give Jey the win here. And I'm a fan of both these guys, so either way, I don't care. But I'm saying that I think Jey should win, and I think it should be a banger. I think it should be just like their Intercontinental title match, where it is so phenomenal and so good. Like, there's just so much that goes into Jey deserving this. Because he's went above and beyond since he's broken away from the bloodline. Like, Jey got a better pop than Roman for every tag match that the OG bloodline had versus the new bloodline. I'm not kidding. Go to Survivor Series. Yeah, Roman got a good pop, but Jey got a good pop. Crown Jewel, same thing. Roman got a good pop. Jey got a great pop. Like, it is so astonishing because, and another, even when the Usos were a tag team, like when they first started, Jey was the one that you could actually tell apart because he had a tattoo right here. It was like a little word or something. I don't remember what it was. Jimmy didn't. I actually, like, that's how I used to tell them apart. And now, that's changed from Jey Uso is the guy that, when his brother was hurt, and he was still here, he had a phenomenal feud with his cousin Roman Reigns that made us believe Jey Uso could be a main event player. And I still believe that. I think the WWE believes it. Do I think they pull the trigger? I think they pull the trigger in 2025. I don't think they do that Saturday Night's main event, but I think they should. I think Jey Uso should be the world champion going into the Royal Rumble at least. And like I said, Jey Uso versus Gunther at Saturday Night's main event with a Jey win could set up more for the Gunther losing his confidence stuff and lead to an iconic face turn. And you could even get a couple more matches out of Jey versus Gunther before whatever the Mania match for the world title would be. And like I said, I think it should happen. I don't think it will. But man, here's to hoping and praying. But with that said, time for the outro. And that's the video. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Tell me about it in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Remember, 20 likes, how WWE should book a Gunther face turn. And I'll do it. Stay tuned because, Sunday, I will be doing my, hold on, let me make sure I have it up here. I will be doing my 10 best surprise entrants in the Rumble. I'm saving my best winners for the week before I go to the Rumble. But with that said, unlike John Cena, I can see you and I will see you very soon.